Victor, for many months now, I've thought about what I would say to you at this very moment. There have been times when I've had to stop reading and writing about you so I could wipe away the tears. My words on this day will not be able to convey the gratitude I have for you and for your sacrifices for our country. You grew up in Idaho and Los Angeles as the second oldest son in a family of 8 children, 4 boys, 4 girls. When Pearl Harbor was bombed on December the 7th, 1941, you went to the nearest enlistment office the next day and joined the Army along with thousands of other Americans. When your family was sent to the Santa Anita Assembly Center and were guarded by the United States Army, you continued to serve your country. When your family was sent to Idaho as poorly paid farm laborers, you sent them part of your paycheck and continued to serve. When your parents were sent to the Apache internment camp in Grenada, Colorado, you continued to serve. By the time your brothers Ted and Johnny joined the Army, you've been promoted to technical sergeant. We're looking forward to going overseas to fight for your country. Yet the Army had other plans for you. Instead, your brother, Private Johnny Akimoto, was selected because he was a private and they needed infantry soldiers on the battlefields. You were intended to stay in America with your brother Ted, also a sergeant by then, and train new recruits. But you had made a promise to your mother to keep your younger brothers safe. To preserve your promise, you went to your company chaplain and then to your commanding officer to ask to join Johnny overseas as a sergeant. But you were refused. It was not until you requested to take a reduction in rank from sergeant to private that your commander honored your request. The death of Johnny came as a great shock to you and your family because you had been with him just a few days prior to his death. I can only imagine the loneliness, the feelings of loss and responsibility you must have felt after learning he passed away. You continued to fight through the numerous battles in Italy. Then your unit was transferred to southern France. Your unit moved northward until you came to the Vosges Mountains in northern France during late October of 1944. That is when things got bad. You were seriously injured in a battle as you provided covering fire in order to cover a retreat by your unit. You were captured and became a POW in Germany. When your wound would not heal properly, your leg was amputated. It was then that you requested to no longer be fed, and you died of the infection. You died on December 14th, 1944. We know so much about your story because of your brother, Ted, who survived the war and wrote down his memoirs. Through Ted's memoirs, we now know that the deal you made with your chaplain and commander to be reduced in rank in order to go into battle with Johnny had a second part. You requested that your commander never send Ted into battle, and your commander honored your request. Your brother Ted later left the Army and became a teacher. He married a wonderful wife and had several children and now grandchildren. So Victor, I'm here to tell you today that it worked. Your plan worked better than you could possibly imagine. The people gathered with me here today will remember your story and share your legacy with the world. We are humbled by your life. On behalf of a grateful country, thank you for your service and thank you for your sacrifice.